And we are live. And if you want to check that, go to your spell thing and
Holy
see if
fuck,
you can manage
dude.
the spells.
I click manage spells, cantrips, 2 out of 3. Okay, cool. I got another cantrip. Known spells, 2 out of 8.
Yeah. What? Fix that while we discuss what has happened.
What spells do I want?
Um, what spells do
Good
you want?
spells.
Anywho, welcome back. We are continuing the Castle of Glass campaign. Glass of Castle is what I was about to say.
Last little class.
Yes. Yes. Wetzel. Anywho. So, the lot of you, after meeting the individual upon the mountain known as Death's Keep, climbed to the top, acquired a wyvern egg. Actually, acquired 2 because Remus also stole one for himself. Before heading back down and giving him the egg, which after getting the egg, you managed, or giving him the egg, you were given the dragon shield. You don't know the official name of it, but that is what we've been kind of referring to it as. And made your way back down the mountain where you met with, Kaisa and Kaza, the ranger and his drake companion. Upon aiding them a bit and traveling with them for a bit to get back to town, you guys made camp where you were attacked by the bounty hunter by the name of Kiri, who later who during the fight surrendered and discovered that she had been told to kill a child. Therefore, feeling bad about what had happened, promised that she would make it up, and if you wanted, she would give aid to your guys' search. So, it is the next morning after everything had happened. By this point, I hate you. By this point, the dome from the tiny hut has dissipated. Kyria is already up. She's kind of preparing her own equipment, kind of standing roughly 10, 15 feet away from where you guys had made camp. Kaisa is also awake by this point and seems to be tending to Kaza. Checking on their wounds, making sure everything is good to go and that they are ready to keep traveling towards the city. What are the rest of you all doing?
I'm studying my book at all my spells.
Making the finishing touches on my spells.
Sleeping in until the last moment.
I'm just standing there.
Jared, I'm in love with you. I was picturing you about to just go, "What's up, guy?" I was just like, "Oh shit, he's gonna do it." Okay. Oh, and Asvalor's also kind of gotten himself up. He's off to the side reading, some religious text from. I don't want to call it a Bible because it's not a Bible, but something of attuned to that, essentially. All right. As you all, finally prepared to keep, I guess, as you all begin to travel back towards the city, because I can assume the moment you're all up, you're going to start traveling, unless you have RP that you would like to do at the moment. Not everyone at once.
I'm just napping.
Okay. You're all, you get up. What are you going to say?
I was gonna say I'm gonna begin like breaking down my camp and eventually just kind of hang out. Hang out kind of away from the camp a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make it obvious, I want to inquire about the bird lady, but
So you just want to observe her while she's doing her thing?
Pretty much. I'm gonna like take note of some fauna, quote unquote.
Perception check.
Oh god, I don't have my dice out. I'm so unprepared.
You can roll on Foundry.
Keck, you're funny.
You're one of the few people who doesn't.
Correct, and there's a reason why I don't.
This
No,
guy
it's
just-
not
can't.
because I want to cheat.
I just updated my Oh, I lack permission to create folders, so I can't import my character.
Why the
Big
hell
sad. I got
did
a
it suddenly
15.
take that from you? That's weird.
Because I probably now have because I have summon aberration.
Oh no! Oh no!
And I don't have
Gotta be
access to
done.
summon things.
Oh no! Oh god! Oh no!
He did the thing.
As for one thing, No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
No,
if
we
you,
can-
I
No,
didn't
no,
recall asking
I'm
for no
no,
summoning.
no. I'm
I'm
making a joke from the last campaign. I'm just the last
Okay,
campaign. I
no.
said no summons.
Oh,
And then I
Um,
immediately went and picked the summon because I completely forgot about it.
You didn't
Oh.
pick one. You picked 3 spells. You had 3 summon spells at one point.
I was trying to decide if I wanted to do 2 summons or just the one, and I chose one and instead took counterspell for the other. So that's
Okay.
'Cause
Well-
I forgot that was a spell.
Yeah. So yeah, roll me that perception check to
15.
15. Okay. Kind of taking in, the activities that Curie's kind of doing by herself. You notice that because she's kind of keeping her back to the camp. Checking her pack, making sure her pistol is loaded. Pulling out random pieces of equipment, checking that it's good, things like that. Nothing seems suspicious about her as you kind of watch her do this. It just seems like a normal routine. She does seem to still be a little internally distraught about what she did. The fact that, she is not the kind of person to try to hunt down a child, yet she was tasked to do so. But yeah, beyond that, that's really all you can tell.
Hold on. If I could remember what fucking thing I have my character sheet on. Here we go. I'd like to cast Glyph of Warding around her and then immediately cast Fireball after.
You're just
I'm
attacking.
joking. Fuck everything. Fuck it all. No, I'm I and would like to. Is it possible for me to investigate? I guess I'm not close enough. I was gonna say I want to investigate some of her equipment as she pulls it out.
Like, what are you looking for in particular?
More or less like any type of markings on them that like point towards an organization or maybe some insight along with it to like determine what possible cause she could have for carrying it or anything like that,
With that roll you made before, based on what you can tell, most of it looks to be standard Rangers equipment. Climbing gear, survival gear, things like that. All of it unmarked. Some of it may be custom to her preferences. You can't really tell, but it looks pretty standard. She also, the only mark that she has on any of her equipment is specifically her patch she has from a Rangers Guild. That is it. She looks to be unaffiliated from any sort of organizations or anything beyond just the guild itself.
Alright, now I have a question. How rare is she as like a race?
Aarakocrans, they're fairly common depending on what part of the world
Okay,
you're in.
okay. Is there a lot known about them? as far as like, lore, anatomy, things of that nature.
Other birds.
Yeah, they're these are more most Aarakocra are more attuned with like birds of prey, like hawks, eagles, etc.
But there's variations.
There are variations, yes.
Cool. I'm gonna start taking notes, taking in as much detail about this specific
Here, I will put her face
variant as
on the screen
possible.
so you can see, so everyone can see her. That is what she looks like.
Yay.
That's a falcon.
Wow.
Bird of prey.
I'm taking as many details as I possibly can from afar.
Okay. Yeah, but
Well,
yeah,
I should
outside.
say afar. It's not like I'm opposite her, but I'm like, trying to keep a bit of distance. I don't want to interrupt her or make her feel uncomfortable.
It's peeking over a bush from 10 feet away. No, I'm just kidding. What you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you clean up that gear. Yeah.
Damn, when did I become Master Roshi?
Ooh.
I'm just the more creepy Master Roshi.
Yeah. Oh my god. You don't have that Master Roshi charm. It's just creepy old man. But yeah,
Oh, he's
that's
really kind to me.
but yeah, that's what she's doing. She's simply just working on cleaning up her stuff and preparing to head towards the city.
Where are
So if
we
you
like
wanna
in the
recruit
world
her.
right now? Like, if I were to pull up a picture of the world map,
You
if I could
guys
find it.
are in Gastonia at the moment.
I've lost the map. The
Um,
map's gone.
The document is in the planning chat. It is World of Aethelon. There is a Gastonia chapter.
I did scroll right past it. My bad.
Yep. You guys are in the mountains just to the west of Peaks Ridge.
Sorry, everything's still loading in on the.
Yes, I'm just
the
telling you
page.
what is
So
where you are.
That's Moria. Oh, this is Obscures. That's not right.
Anyone else have anything they want to do before you guys leave your camp and keep heading towards the city?
Omnia.
Is Remus awake?
Remus wakes up.
He's awoken.
I'm just gonna scroll social media.
Okay. You
Yeah,
figured out
sure.
social media in the few months that you've woken up after you got a phone.
It's 5 years now.
Yeah, just like,
Remus wakes
oh
up
yeah.
and he's just like, ah,
God, is my character a Facebook mom? Gross.
Yes, most definitely.
Ria's
Or-
definitely
or
a
s-
Facebook mom.
We got the Facebook mom, the fucking literal child, the
Children.
streamer, the
Children.
the creepy fucking.
Old
a
man.
literal child is gonna plop down the wyvern egg in front of the fire and let it just warm up.
Literal fucking child. It should have been there all night.
It
It's
was
dead.
there.
It's dead
yeah.
by now.
It was there. Sorry, retconning. Remus slept
Yeah.
next to the egg.
He's sitting there rotating the egg, and all of a sudden you just hear kobold melon.
Yeah, no, actually, Remus has Cobalt Melon on one screen, and then he has his spellbook open, and it's projecting Lebog's stream as well.
God damn.
He's multitasking.
Another day in the life of LeBogue.
Oh, Remus is also playing Subway Surfer on the ground.
Holy shit.
This is it. LeBogue is officially one of those 24/7 streamers.
Yes, and it's not Subway Surfer. It's Metro Metro
Oh, yeah,
Surfer.
sorry. It's Metro Slider.
Yeah, Metro Slider.
Skater.
Yeah, Metro Skater.
Metro Skater. Yeah.
No, what
Dri-
about So who
You get an
would-
ad for
who
Dr.
here would
Kobold.
be- Who here would be the most like, not like trustworthy, but more like able to hold information? Like if I get information that needs to be shared, and that if we split up, I might not be with.
Definitely Remus.
Okay, I walk up to Remus with my book.
Oh no!
No. I'm not gonna stop this.
I
Good
walk up to
morning.
Good morning. Hey, and I flip to a empty page in my book. And say, and I hold out my quill. I said, "Can you put your name right here for me?"
Oh yeah, okay. And then you'll see his quill pop out of his side pocket and write his name down.
All right, cool. Now I can just use sending with my book on him whenever.
Okay.
And he has to write his name. I can't.
Yeah. Can I get your John Hancock right here?
No, right here.
Anything else?
Here, let me test if it works, and then I'm just gonna write in the book, and I'm just gonna message.
Okay.
Message Remus. Let's see.
He blinks a couple times. He's like, okay.
Oh.
I have a woman in my head that calls me Stud Muffin.
If you called Remus Stud Muffin, I'd be very worried.
There you go. Did it work?
I would picture more of a sweetheart come out of it than anything else.
Enough stuffing.
So are you just gonna message people like in the chat whenever you do this? Is that how this is gonna work?
No. The only people I'm really gonna have the name on there is gonna be NPCs, so it'll be messaging you, and then
Okay.
I can respond their thing, and then just occasionally Remus for information. Like the I just sent test you're a bitch. He
Remus
responded.
starts-
this.
He
Oh, wait, no,
responded.
no. Oh yeah, you're gonna respond with it. I was
Yeah,
gonna
he's-
say here's his actual message.
Remus starts crying. Like all of a sudden, Remus just breaks into fucking tears.
No, the first message was, "I'll kill you while you sleep, and I have a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass."
What the?
I got
have
a
a
whole bag
question.
of jelly beans up my ass.
is sending limited to just words, or can I send you like a thought, like an image?
It would be
It's-
words.
So this would have to be words. It could be a drawing
Oh
because it appears in the book.
Oh yeah.
Cody,
I
I hate how my text chat with you on Discord is just that video above it.
Can we not talk about that video? Because I know what video you're talking about.
No, this is a different video.
It's a different
Oh.
one.
It's
Is
a
it?
different video.
It's infinitely worse.
My childhood has kind of been ruined tonight based on, the things we've been talking about. So,
Here you go, Tyler. I'll send it to you. I'll send you the video.
I'll watch it later. Maybe. I'll think about it.
It's so bad.
He is cackling like a damn witch. Holy shit.
I mean, I am a warlock.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So what's the plan for the day? Where are we going?
I mean, we're going to that town, ain't we?
Oh, okay.
You guys are
That
heading
was the
back to
plan,
town,
right?
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. I can't
Before
wait to
we
try
go.
out some of my new spells.
What are we gonna do about Kiri?
She's just like with her back to you, kind of working on her stuff still.
I say she comes with us. Us bird folk stay together.
If she's
Okay.
higher, she's for hire.
Together,
I
bird
get her
strong.
The egg.
Me and Remus agreed last night that we don't care if she joins us.
Would
She
So we just
said
wanted
she'd
to know
help.
your.
Yeah. She said she'd help with egg.
would
I mean,
I
if she's,
also
like,
be a bird of
not
prey?
willing to kill a kid, I mean, that means she's probably basically decent.
As a moral compass.
Yeah. And she's the only living connection we have to the organization that attacked us at the little guy over here's mansion.
So what is the plan with her once we get back?
She's gonna help us.
I stand up fully, and just like walk over to her, and tap her on the shoulder.
I'm gonna
Uh,
continue talking to everybody and be like, I mean, she did try and kill us.
Yeah, she glances back to you and says,
then
"Can I
she
help you with
stopped.
something?"
Yeah. So I don't really see a lot of bird people, at least away from home, at least. But it would be nice if you were to come around with us.
Uh, if you're willing to have me, I'd be willing to help all of you with this quest of yours as payment for or attempting to repay what I've put you all through.
And I kind of like have this like blank stare. Like the best way to describe it, when Ditto transforms into another Pokemon?
Yeah, and it's just the blank eyes.
Yeah, the blank eyes and the flat mouth. Yeah, so I kind of just do that and be like, I mean, I'm more than willing to have you. I mean, it's up to them.
Did you say you transformed?
What? No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I wasn't paying attention, therefore Remus wasn't. Remus is gonna turn into.
No, I just have a blank face.
Remus is
just-
gonna turn into Zin.
Okay. Again, becomes Zin. This is the second
He's
time
gonna
this has
just-
happened.
From now on, he's just mimicking Zin.
Okay.
Real respects real.
Okay.
Real respects real.
There we go.
As Valor kind of looks at this situation going on, and goes, "I don't think I'm exactly a fan of this."
You'll get used to it.
You'll get used to it.
I don't think I ever will.
Well,
Anyways,
you can say you never will. You can say you never won't. Like, here's the thing: you won't know until you do.
You won't know until you try it.
Hey, that's not what I said.
It was too long of a sentence.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. Limited vocabulary.
should we be going then?
So is that unanimous that she's joining us then?
I mean, I say she's good. Remus
I
says
mean, not
she's good.
entirely, but she does say she's sorry, so I'll trust her for the time being.
She looks
Alright.
handy with that gun of hers. I mean,
I'm just gonna
I'm fine with it.
turn and
Let's
start
do
walking
it.
while they're still talking.
Okay.
Right.
She's repentant for her crimes. I do not see why we can't give her penitence.
Hey, technically, no child was killed. I don't think there's any real crime going on here.
No children were
except-
harmed in the making of this campaign.
Attempt is still a crime.
As far as we know, and I'm saying this to the group, as far as we know, she hasn't done anything wrong. This could be her first mission. She hasn't done nothing so far.
Well, I
doesn't
mean,
she
if
have
this
something
is
of a
her first
reputation?
mission, then
No, she has a reputation. Remember?
Yeah, as I to remind everyone, previous
Yeah,
session, Kaza had told you all that she was well known in the Ranger community, which I'll put him and the Drake back on the screen. She is well known in the Ranger community as being someone who genuinely does not fail her missions unless she chooses to let the target go. Though she is known in the Ranger community as a bounty hunter with a moral compass.
Remus is gonna transform into a what is the equivalent of turtle people?
A turtle?
Turtle.
Alright, he's gonna transform into a turtle and he's gonna wave his hands and go, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift."
That's why it's called the present.
Today doesn't rhyme.
Exactly.
Some-
I have all my spell slots. Tread carefully.
Might have to
Child,
read some of these books.
the rest of you will hear as Blor just mutter as he turns away from you. It's just that child scares me.
Oh, perfect.
He's gonna
Then you
transform
won't.
into
Then you
Asvor
won't
and
do
go,
anything.
"That child scares me," and then he's gonna transform into a small version of Remus, and he's like, "Woo!" He's just doing a bit with himself.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
He's gonna transform into Rhea. This is getting out of hand.
I mask of many
No,
faces
stop.
into Remus.
I fireball the group. He
Counter
could be
spell.
he could be anyone, so I'm taking all of them down.
Counter spell.
Zin turns into Remus. Remus is gonna turn into a Zin. Can I switch places real quick with Zin?
Sure.
Okay. Hi,
The-
everybody.
by the way, the bird lady is a she, right?
Yes, Kiri is a
God,
she.
I forgot. All right.
Why you guys had this moment? Asvlor, Kiri, and Kaza and Kaiza have all begun walking and are probably about 100 feet away by this
I'm already
point.
long gone.
Okay, and Lebog.
I would have followed, honestly.
Okay,
Let
so-
Remus have his schizo posting like shit talking moment.
Yeah. So you all head back to town.
What is
I
schizo?
assume you're heading back to the guild to bring back
Yeah.
Kaiza and to let them know, like, hey, we saved your
We did.
friend.
And I'd like to find a tavern.
Tavern makes sense, yes.
Yeah, we want payment.
I like money. Money's
So we
good.
can go home and give this shield so we don't have to hold it.
Cody, delete whatever you sent to me. I never want to see that little demon again.
Okay.
It's a terrifying gif.
It's gone for good too. I deleted it out of Evan and I's chat too.
No.
what about this gift?
Okay.
Nice,
So you
nice.
guys make it back to the guild. Is there any RP you would like to do with the guild master, or you just simply just like let
Bring
him
the
know,
other
like,
one back.
hey, we helped your friend here.
I was just, hey, we found him.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you guys, let them know, Kaiza and Kaza, thank you for allowing them to travel back to the city with you. Pretty much let you know that, like, hey, if you ever are back in this area and you need something, you can find him at the guild.
Oh, nice.
We got a contact.
And
Can I
Kiri
give him my
joined
phone
you.
number?
Sure, you can give him your phone number. Add him to your allies list.
Woo!
I will
How do I spell
put
his name?
I
Where
will
is it?
put
Where's the
his
allies list?
I will put it in chat so you know exactly what his name is, so you don't
I'm just trying
misspell.
to figure out where the allies list is.
The
On
Riz
here.
Master.
I'll just put it on D&D Beyond.
That's where I'm having you put it. It's just D&D Beyond.
Extras. Allies.
So there's the name you can put in there.
Where'd you put that? In
In the Castle
Castle
Glass
Glass
chat.
chat.
Yes. Okay, I can deal with this gift that you've sent me. Thank you for the
You're welcome.
the Snorlax.
While the bird chick is still here, right?
Yes.
I would also like during the walk back. I'm assuming like it took a couple hours or whatever. We weren't right
Yeah.
outside of town.
Yeah.
I would during all that. I'd like to ask if she knows Zeldrif Colham, who's another Aarakocra.
She informs you that she's heard the name. She's never met him in person. And has never been to that part of the world. Has never kind of made her way to Obscurus. The farthest that she's ever gone is oh, what is that group of countries called? She's made her way to the continent of Garopa, which is where Osmond, Gorgana, and those countries are.
That's where Cynical's from. The okay, I let her know he's a cool guy.
She takes you at your word.
There's
Um,
really not much. I mean, he's
no.
helped me. He's pretty cool.
Yeah. I assume it's just like telling him her story of like the time you met him and the stuff he showed you and shit like that.
Yeah.
Which she listens, she listens to all the stories, takes in the information, clearly showing that she's paying attention. So yeah, after you guys go to the guild, I assume going to the tavern, are you going to just take her into the tavern, or are you actually going to take her into the tower using the back door of the tavern?
I mean, are we gonna report her? Like,
Why?
are we like escorting her to prison or something? Like, what would be
Why
the
is she not
purpose of going
joining
to the
us?
guild?
No, like if she's joining you, are you guys giving her a token to the tower and like bringing her into the
Oh, I
tower to
mean,
meet everyone else, or?
I mean, if she's coming along as a party member, yeah, why not?
Okay, yeah. So you guys go to the back of the tower. One of you, pretty much duplicating your token and giving her one of them.
Infinite money glitch.
Infinite money glitch, yes. It's the what was the fucking Chase Bank infinite money glitch? Which in this world it's called Pursue. Pursue Bank.
The pursue bank money glitch. Woo!
You knock on the door. She looks very confused and a bit intrigued by this action as, the door is pushed open, showing the tower. She's caught in awe, kind of mouth agape as she follows you all inside, kind of admiring the tower. As you guys go in, you can see everyone else is in the tower at the moment. Most of them, you see Aurelia, Cypher, and Timus are all sitting around the kind of are all sitting around the kind of seating area that's within this chamber, and are kind of talking to one another as you all kind of make your way in. Upon seeing you, kind of waving hello to all of you as you approach. Cerberus is not in the room though. Cerberus, you don't know where Cerberus is at the moment.
We got a new friend.
Group photo on stream.
I gotta put everyone's character picture on the screen at once. We can screenshot it. No, it's good.
Let's take a
I
screen.
realized I was muted. I was gonna say Remus would just scurry off with the egg held above his head.
I'm picturing like half crouched, knees akimbo, bouncing back and forth like he's a crab and just disappearing into another room. Yes?
Yes,
Yes?
correct.
Okay. I know exactly what run you were talking about.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, you
Yes, I
what,
got an egg. I got an
yeah.
egg. I got an
what
egg.
what
Yeah,
room are you
just do that.
escaping to? Are you escaping to your own room? Or are you going to the workshop or like one of the other
He's
chambers?
going wherever his little neurons lead him.
Okay, that could be anywhere. He could be going to the kitchen for all we know and accidentally making an omelet.
Oh, he ain't cooking this egg. Actually,
No.
he might end up in the kitchen. If so, you just see him over the flame with the egg.
He's just put it on top of the burner. Okay, yeah. So he disappears out of the room. The rest of you the rest of the party kind of looking about, and Cypher, each of them kind of, give their greetings to Curie. Curie introduces herself. Cypher kind of gets to his feet and kind of, looks to all of you and just says, "So, assume your hunt's been going well."
I guess you could say that.
It is we that are hunted.
That's
Are
not.
you whispering that in his ear?
Yeah.
It's not.
Just like stealthing behind him as a rogue and just doing that.
It kind of side eyes you and just kind of says, "Yeah, that's not creepy at all to say to me after not seeing me for a few days." Anyways,
I mean, I guess you could say our hunt went pretty well. We got a dragon egg or a wyvern egg rather.
yeah, I saw that. Was wondering what that was. How
But, you know.
did you all get such a thing? Why?
Well, we went and got one for some guy. I'm just gonna leave that at that. But Remus decided while we were getting one, we might as well get a second. And
I mean, when you're already abducting an egg, you might as well do another one, right?
correct.
So, at this point in time, you'd see Remus is now running on the ceiling using spider climb. with
Still holding the egg above his head.
Yep.
Aurelia gonna start trying to like get Remus's attention while the rest of you are just kind of talking in the side of this chamber. Cypher says, that's interesting. I don't know what to say. That child is gravely confusing to me by this point.
It's
How
best
do you
to
think
not
we
about
feel?
it.
Yeah, it's anyways, as for our progress, we've not been able to find too much information ourselves. To be honest, I haven't really done much of anything. This has been a bit of a break for me, why the others seem to have been searching. How have they been, Asvlar? Are you keeping them alive? And Asvlar kind of gives him a nod and says, the best I can. We did fall off a mountain.
Some of us fell off a mountain.
yes. A few of
At
us
least
fell
half
off
of
a
us.
mountain. Though we survived. Even if even if the, fate did not want us to, we did. I'm gonna go lay down for a minute. And you see him just kind of like walk off to go to his room. And Asvlar kind of walks out and Cypher just kind of gives a nod and just says, that sounds fun. What are your guys' plans from here? Is there any way that any other of us can help, or you can keep Asvlar around?
I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't keep him around if he wants to continue tagging along. That is, I kind of turn to the group and I go, "Didn't we have any other plans past this?"
No.
I mean, I could always go to Akira for more info. And then warn her about the past happenings and possible assassination attempts and things of that nature. But
I don't know. I picture when you said her name, just like cuts to her on the other side of the world, just like someone's talking about me.
it's that
Someone's
fucking
trying to sell me something.
she's just like slowly scratching her arm, just like that fucking creepy old guy's talking about me again.
God damn it. Ears folded back irritably. You have your list.
right now is information.
I was gonna ask, you have your list, correct, of things that you have? Because I also have your list. If you need a reminder of what we had spoken of doing this week.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
thank you.
that's meta. We haven't talked about that in yeah.
All right, this is your chance to tell Cypher about it because he's asking and he's intrigued.
I don't know. I didn't read the book, so I don't know what we're doing.
Did no one read the book?
Zin's the one that read the book.
Zin did, not the one playing Zin.
I mean, he listened to the
That's
audio
it. Where's
version.
the fucking book?
The book has been attached in the planning chat so you can read through it. DM to player the things I had been told, checking out the temple mentioned in the journal, and
Oh, it's
also
this thing.
trying to find Isabel and Orion.
Yeah, that.
We gotta check out the temple. Remus says that from above the heads of everyone.
Well, should we not prioritize the saving of people first before visiting this temple?
Who needs to be saved?
I don't know them.
Or don't we need to find these people?
You want them for
We-
information. You're looking for those two for information. Time to meta more. The two people I mentioned are people noted in the journal. They were a part of the original
Yes, I'm trying
expedition.
to find them. I'm actively trying to find them.
They're in the
the
very
top of the
first
journal.
entry.
I'm trying to
They're on
find
this-
them.
The second page.
Yeah. So while you guys are having that discussion, Remus, Aurelia is trying to get your attention. Says, Remus, if you could come down here for a minute, I could probably assist you with that egg. She's like
All right.
going around
just
trying to
gonna
make sure you don't drop it.
He's just gonna drop down. Does she catch him?
Yeah, she'll catch him. You nearly knock her to the ground, but she does catch you. She says, and she kind of puts you down. Says,
He's surprisingly light.
yeah. She's surprisingly weak.
Yeah, I know.
She,
I've seen the
places.
stat block.
Yeah, she places you on the ground. And just says, "You shouldn't just run around with an egg like that. I assume you're wanting it to be taken care of and possibly hatching one day."
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little friend.
How about I take care of this for a bit while you continue your quest?
Can I take you to the area that would probably be best?
Sure. And she's gonna
Okay,
follow you
follow
wherever you
me.
go.
He's gonna take her up to the night sky area, which is kind of like a garden, correct?
Yeah.
If I remember.
Yeah. It's like a
so
dome
he's-
chamber that the ceiling changes based on what you're wanting.
He's gonna go up there, and he's gonna say, he's like, can I watch what needs to be done so I know what to do?
Sure. And she just kind of like, you two are for the next like hour or so while the others are talking to one another. We'll gather materials and stuff to like essentially set this room up to be an incubator for this thing, as well as she, places a few like glyphs around it to like help with heating it essentially.
Remus will also help with placing if she needs like certain glyphs. He could do those.
Yeah, and they're very simple,
and-
like warming glyphs essentially.
Yeah, and then at the same time, the book and quill, not the spell book, but a different his journal is writing down all the information. This has been happening. I forgot to mention this prior. Whenever like something major happens, or like they're going on an adventure like at night, like before a long rest, you would just see Remus's book and quill going and just
Yeah.
writing whatever was happening during the day.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the others. Your conversation with Cypher. He wants to know what you all have planned.
I open the book. I'd like to look for Thaddeus Loreseeker.
He's dead.
It says who? This is
The
this
book.
book? I don't know. Nah, we'll look for Isabella Sunspark. I think that's the High Elf Ranger. It'd be like our second ranger, but it's worth it.
Timus kind of stands up from where he was sitting and just says, I might actually be able to help with that. I may know where she is actually living at the moment, because I did manage to get a bit of information on some people around here. She is quite famous in Gastonia.
Hmm. Good to know.
And he
Ah.
pretty much pulls out his phone and like shows you like on his maps app. It's called Cartographer. Shows you like essentially the shows you, I guess, gives you an address essentially of like this is where she may be living.
Cool. I just want to make sure I'm reading this right. Oh, because I could just be having a stroke or something. It says I offered her a family heirloom, an old helm my grandfather had used in his time as a monster researcher, and she accepted if she received it.
That may be a typo, but it's essentially she was saying if she was given that, she would join him on this quest.
Okay. All right, so we need the helmet before we go find her.
No. She already has the helm.
No,
This
that
is-
helmet was a bribe because Atlas tried to increase the money he was giving her, but she instead wanted the helmet.
And the original fees for her services.
Yes. Somebody read my stuff.
I just didn't want to spoil it.
Well, I know you read it. You had to read it. You're the
Yeah.
co-DM.
I'm letting them cook.
Let them cook. Let them cook.
It's just
This is-
how it was worded.
Yeah, it's-
So then she. So she's a part of the group, or she's not?
She was a part of the original party. All the people mentioned in the journal were a part of the original party. They are noted whether they died or survived this adventure, and if they are still living today, essentially, because the last entry is like 2 or 3 zeniths before the campaign started. Well, before the second session started, but yeah. The journal has a
Okay.
lot of information you guys will need throughout the entire campaign. Hence why it's an important journal. Yeah, Timus gives you the location. After he kind of gives you the address or whatever, it kind of goes and, sits back down.
I'll write it down next to her entry. In my book. So it's like
Okay.
there on the
Yeah.
side. Just
Yep,
as a what is it like I'm writing in the margins,
Yeah.
like writing little cliff notes.
Yep.
Cool. I say we go find her.
Where is the location he said?
She lives in. Can I not write this fucking down? Give me a moment. Let me find my map. Me and my infinite wisdom forgot to write down the exact place that she lives. She lives in the town of. Let's say it's Elbay.
The city of Townsville.
She lives in Townsville. No, I'm just kidding. She lives in the city of. Wait, what is that one? Yeah, she's living in the fishing town of Albay.
Where is that on them? Oh, I see it. And where are we at if we were to go
Peak
outside?
Ridge.
You're at Peak Ridge, the other side of the current country that you're on.
We can make it work.
There are roads.
assuming-
You guys could get
I
a
was about to
fare
say,
of some
I'm assu-
sort. Yeah.
I'm assuming there's trains and stuff too, as well, right?
Yeah, there'd be trains, and if anything, get an Uber.
That's expensive Uber.
Yeah.
Or a cruise and just go around the country. Let's go be pirates.
Let's go be pirates.
That wasn't a joke.
Oh, he's being serious.
Let's go be pirates. let's get a boat.
This is it. Change your plans for the entire campaign.
We are no longer
I'm
hunting
going back to bed,
artifacts.
Demas.
It's real
No,
sad
we
that your
are.
dad's gone.
We are hunting artifacts,
Different
just
artifacts.
as pirates.
Oh, yes.
No, I say we go to Old Bay.
All right.
Okay, but first, since we're still in Peak Ridge, there's a temple mentioned that was found that we should probably go look at.
Is it over here?
Yeah, it's
It's-
back in the mountains.
It would be it would be like a 3-hour walk. You guys could get out there, look at it, and get back by dark. By the time of day that it is. So I assume you're gonna go do that.
I don't see why not.
Sounds like fun.
Cypher kind of glances back up towards the upper levels or whatever and says, do you want any of us to tag along? Because I'm pretty sure Asvalor is going to be hanging out here until you guys get back. But
Well, we have a new ranger friend, yes. That sounds like a good person to brave the wilds outside the city. And get us
Carrie,
back before dark.
Carrie kind of steps up and just kind of says, "Yeah, I can come with you. I'm familiar with these mountains. Yes."
Well, lucky us. Any objections?
Nope.
Cypher kind of gives a nod. Well, he just kind of shrugs as well and just says, "Well, if you need anything, you know where to find us." And he walks back over to the seating area and just kind of like slumps down on one of the chairs. All right,
Which
so
one
you
of us had
all.
the shield. We should probably
yeah.
do that here.
Who did take the shield? Which one of you did pick up the shield?
Pretty sure it
Pretty
was
sure.
Rhea, wasn't it?
Rhea?
I didn't pick
I
up
thought
anything.
it was Zin.
Zen?
I stayed in the room with Remus.
It was either me or Zin. If it wasn't Rhea.
Where would you guys like to put this artifact? Do you guys want to leave it in the workshop where he'd been working on the last one? Because the fox mask is still in the workshop.
That's probably a good idea.
I mean, what if it's useful to us on our adventures?
One
Yeah,
of
but
you
we don't
can't.
wanna
Well,
lose
you guys
that.
are going to be gone for an hour, and if Cerberus finds it, he'll
Snake.
probably start looking
Snake.
into it.
I mean, I guess we'll leave it then with the fox mask.
Or just go into a temple. We don't need any
Yeah.
shields.
Okay, so you guys leave
I
them
mean,
the
I
shield.
technically am what proficient shields or whatever. So I guess I could use it.
So the consensus is leave it for the time being,
Yes,
and then
leave
come
it.
back for it. Okay. All right, you guys all heading out towards this temple. Kiri kind of leading the way, helping you guys get there. Upon arrival to this temple, this temple ruin, it's unmarked for the most part. It doesn't look to be to any particular gods you recognize. As noted in the journal, I'm trying to remember the exact entry. Yeah, as noted in the journal, you can see where there was shrubbery that has been moved aside. Where there is anyone speak Draconic?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so those who speak Draconic would be able to read the words upon the wall, the same ones that are in the book that say the thing: to cross the threshold between life and death, one must find the key lost in nightmares and depth. For a man's mind can harbor the dark, can also hide the secrets of death's mark. For the end is a place he cannot go until the key has been taken from its place of woe. You can see that, people have looked over this thing as well. There is, though, however, and this would be fairly easy to notice, someone else has been here not too long ago. A bit more stuff has been moved up. You can tell there's dust in places that haven't been touched, but there are places where it's also been cleared out. If you'd like to roll me a perception or investigation check, that will give you information on what has occurred.
An investigation of 15.
Okay.
21 perception.
21 perception. Okay, with that perception check. Oh.
How do I update Foundry?
Right next to on your character sheet,
Is
right
it
next to your name, there's a button that says D&D Beyond. You should be able to update from there.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll say with the investigation. So with the investigation check, you can tell someone was looking around at this specific carving as well as a few other spots. With the investigation, also, you will notice that hidden away in one of the bushes nearby, there appears to be a corpse. someone had been killed here recently and their body has been disposed of within this bush. With a perception check, however, you notice the same thing. Someone has been here. There looks to have been some sort of squabble. And you notice a piece of paper that seems to have kind of fallen from someone's possession and has slid itself underneath a fallen piece of like some debris on the ground. It has slipped just underneath some of the rubble.
I won't grab it.
Okay, you pick up the piece of paper. It appears to be a dossier of sorts, detailing some information. And there is a very large crest upon the paper that looks to belong to the Dragonheart Crusade, as well as a mentioning of finding a place known as the Lair of the Old Man's Nightmare.
Nightmare. That sounds like my cup of tea.
Upon, and also noticing these things as well, Kyria is kind of like has her pistol in hand and is looking around, kind of like watching an eye out while you guys are investigating. Thomas, you noticed the body though. Are you
Oh,
you gonna investigate the body?
there's a body here, and I'm kind of slowly approach it. Yes, I'm going to try and investigate.
As you approach the body, it looks to be a human man, short black hair, smooth face, looks to be fairly young, dressed in adventuring gear, appears to have a few pieces of equipment with him, climbing gear, stuff like that, things that would be used for transversing the mountains. You can see beside him as well, kind of this, on his face, locked in this sort of mix of fear and dumbfoundedness, almost as if he was caught by surprise before he was killed. There is a singular stab mark underneath one of his ribs, and the veins around that stab mark look to be darkened, kind of like a dark purplish color around each of those, as if he had been poisoned in some way.
28 stab wounds.
I'm gonna be listing this all, just like adventure, definitely, probably a fighter.
You notice
taken
in
by
his
surprise, died quickly.
in his right hand there is a broken cell phone that still works. The screen is shattered, but you can still access the phone. It looks like, and it looks to.
I'm going to attempt to pry it from his fingers.
It is very easy. His fingers weren't locked on it. It was just kind of sitting in his palm.
Rigor mortis hasn't set in.
No, as in like his hand was like flat open. Like it was just like when he hit the
Ah.
ground, his hand opened up and it just kind of laid in his palm. No, he has rigor mortis. He wasn't gripping because of how surprised he was. You unlock the phone. There's no problem. Is there anything you want to look for in particular on this phone?
Is there a picture of its killer?
Looking through the pictures, you can see this individual wasn't much for pictures. The few pictures that are on this phone look to be of him and other people that look to be probably related to him. As you are kind of looking through it, a few texts kind of roll in, specifically saying, "Where are you? We haven't heard from you," things like that.
She's dead, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scroll through some of the messages.
Going through the messages, the most recent ones look to have been people trying to figure out where the hell he is. Though, however, you find one message from a contact that doesn't seem to be in the phone. It's just a random number. Though what's strange about it is it has one extra digit than it's supposed to, so it doesn't look like it should work. And the message, he looks to have had a conversation with whoever this is. It looks like it's someone that's trying to keep under the radar, trying not to be noticed. And the last message sent from them specifically mentions this temple and that it is a place to go check out, as in there may be stuff of interest for him here.
Sus. Recent calls.
The last call that looks like it was made was probably a week ago. and it was he called his mother.
What a lad, mama's boy.
Um,
One last thing, notes. Are there any notes on the phone?
He has a list of notes of gear that he needed to get, all of which has been checkmarked except for a beacon, like a distress beacon. And he has he has a note in his phone that has retyped the message that's in Draconic, but has translated it over to Common, as well as a note of I should really ask, and then it seems to cut off as if he was interrupted when trying to type this message to himself.
Damn. Well, I'm just gonna tell everybody. Yeah, doesn't seem to be anything on the phone so far. Definitely taken by surprise at the very least. Poison weapon of some form.
Poor guy's an environmental storytelling skeleton now.
I'm gonna start messaging back the people who are worried about him and tell him that unfortunately he is passed, and we found him.
That's all right. Yeah. You do that. Is there anything else you're doing with the body?
We don't got a beacon on us, do we?
No.
This shit.
um,
Do we know what
looking
kind of
around the
beacon he's
room,
talking
is
about?
there anything that stands out?
In the ruin, you said?
Yeah.
Other than the message on the wall that you read and the stuff you guys have found so far, no. There doesn't appear to be anything of significant value.
Can I just cast Identify on the message on the wall?
Sure. That's supposed to tell you if it's magical, right? Like what the properties are of it.
Tells me if it's magical, how many charges it has. You learn whether the spell or item is affected by spells or created with a spell.
You are able to identify that this has some sort of preservation magic on it that keeps it from weathering or being destroyed.
Okay. Alright, that's it.
Anything else you lot would like to do here before? Yeah. Anything else?
I would like to Google the lair of the old man's nightmare.
Okay. You look it up. It looks to be a the only thing that pops up for you, other than just like random speculations that people have on the internet, is a folklore that was originated a good probably 1,000 years ago. It's a Gorgonian legend of a man who lives above a crypt that contains manifestations of his nightmares. But it does not note location or anything else.
But it's probably somewhere near Gorgana.
Anything else?
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay. In the radius that you have around you, when you cast the spell, you notice the wall, as Remus had figured out, is magically protected. No, don't do it. Jared, what have you done?
Fucking do it.
The wall is magically protected. You would also notice that the body, someone had cast a spell on it to make it undetectable for magic, preventing any scrying or divination magic from finding the body. Someone was trying to hide their tracks and didn't do a great job. The body has the
Probably
spell
the-
non-detection. Yeah.
Probably the dragons, which, they didn't do a good job trying to kill us either, so.
Yeah. Speak amongst yourself for a second. I have to do something.
Well, what are we gonna do with the body?
Should we take it back to the town or something?
That'd be the
I would
respectful thing to do.
I would make the most sense. Okay, I could work on moving the body. Yeah, I could do that.
Should we really be letting a child handle a cadaver?
I mean, there's no point in trying to stop him.
I don't know. You would see as he uses mold earth to lift up the body from the ground, and then continually is casting mold earth to have the earth segment over and push the body along as he walks.
Well, can't argue with the results.
Do we want to take the wall?
I don't know if we'll be able to.
I mean, mold earth.
And how would we carry a wall?
I don't know. Just make the corpse surf the wall using mold earth.
I don't see
No,
how
we
those
have the
two things
writing
are.
on the wall in the book.
Yeah. I'll worry about the body. It should be fine.
I'm gonna take a lap around the temple, see if anything gets detected.
Okay. Walking around the temple, you don't detect anything else.
Okay. Well, let's
Okay.
go find Isabella.
So you guys head back towards town. Can I get perception checks from people as you guys head back to town?
Yeah. It won't let me
I-
update my foundry.
Oh, it's
Remus
that's
got
a
a
nat-
dirty 20.
I got a nat one.
that scared me. The noise that it made for that one.
I got a 15, but before we leave, I'm gonna see if I can't put the phone on like SOS mode.
Yeah, you can turn on essentially whoever also like killed him too. Locate phone stuff is gone. A bunch of things had been
Stuff,
turned off on the phone. Like one, they didn't do a good job hiding the body, but they did a good job making it so that you couldn't find it if you didn't know where it was. All right, so you guys start,
And these
heading
guys
back
suck.
heading back with the body. I assume you're taking it to a police department?
Yeah. I don't know if you overheard how we're transporting the body, but
Yeah, you're doing the mold earth thing.
okay. All right.
Okay, so you with that perception check as you guys kind of, head back, as you guys kind of like get back into the city and start moving along, Zin and Lebog, off the corner of your eye, you see an odd-looking dog in an alleyway that seems to be kind of rummaging through garbage.
Oh, I got a dirty 20.
The thing that makes this dog kind of look strange to you is the fact that part of its body looks to be mechanical. I will put on I'll put the dog on screen. You see this dog in an alleyway, kind of digging around in trash, minding its own business.
Here comes the boy. Hello, boy.
So what would you guys like to do as you see this dog?
Admire the boy.
Admire the boy. Is Lebog just walking up to him going, puppy?
Puppy.
The dog kind of, catches you kind of walking towards it and kind of like almost jumps into like a defensive like stance, kind of like letting out a growl. Weird, like mechanical voice seems to emanate from it. It says just the word halt. as this dog is like letting out a low growl.
I'm gonna stop.
It pauses and like still a little growling a little bit and just says, "Identify yourself."
I'm the dog. Who are you?
Roll me animal handling real fast.
Uh-oh.
Okay. It kind of crouches a little deeper than it was and just says, it in the robotic voice, just, "My name does not concern you. Identify threat or not threat."
I mean, technically I could be a threat to anyone. But if you're talking about in this situation, no.
It seems to like the growls seem to kind of stop as it kind of stands up a little straighter. And as it kind of like looks at you, there's an intelligence to this dog. It seems to be fairly greater than that of an average canine. And it just says why do you approach me?
You looked interesting. I've never seen a robot dog.
It once again like tilts its head a little bit and just says my kind is not known.
I mean, not by me.
It like sits down and almost like looks up at the sky, almost as if it's pondering this concept. And then it stands up and says, "Would you be friends with the master?"
Who's the master?
And it goes to like you can hear it like starting to say something, and then a few sparks kind of go off on the side of it, and it kind of almost like glitches out for a second, and it stops. And it kind of like head kind of goes down, ears kind of point back, and it just kind of says, "I cannot remember."
Well, then, yes, I am.
Its ears immediately perk up, tail wags. And just, "Do you know where he is?"
No.
Tail stops wagging.
But we can go find him together.
Really?
Yeah. I'll have some other friends that can help us too.
Okay. It just kind of like prances over towards you.
I'm gonna
For
give
being
him
a
some bits.
mechanical hound, it is surprisingly light on its feet.
I'm gonna try to pet him.
Animal handling again. I'll give you you don't need advantage. He lets it happen.
Ooh, boy.
Congratulations, you guys found my scratch. And now for the rest of the campaign, everyone's gonna be like, "I want to see the dog." When you're scratching its head,
God, I fucking love Baldur's Gate 3.
yeah, when you're scratching the dog,
Pet scratch.
you can see that this dog has a part of the mechanical like pieces around its neck. You can see engraved on the back of its neck are the words KT, or the letters KT, not the words.
Is KT your name?
It looks up at you and just affirmative.
Been funny if you said no.
No.
Alright, good to know. Alright, let's go back. Has anyone kept walking? Did they just leave me when I walked away?
Did you guys stop when he started talking to the dog? Those of you who noticed the dog.
Sure.
Remus would have seen it. Kept walking.
How's Remus the only one not entranced by the dog?
iPad kid.
He's
Would
wondering
would
about
I
it.
would
He's
I
wondering
have
about
seen
it.
it? 16? Would I have seen it with that?
Yes, yeah, you were one of the two that saw it.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, I would go up and see the puppy. How big is the puppy? Sorry, like
This is a full-grown dog. Like
like Smokey full grown dog or Daisy full grown dog. Like there's a big
No,
difference.
like a large
Yeah.
German Shepherd. Like that's what this is.
Okay, so a Smokey sized dog.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I go up and oh wait, there's a picture of it. Oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
stupid.
I gave you guys a picture. You guys can see KT.
Yeah, he doesn't have a neck. But I go up and I like kind of put my hands like on the side of his face, like rub the back of his head, like kind of like rub his ears back, kind of like I'm slicking his hair back, just like petting him.
As now that he has identified you all as not a threat, he is wagging his tail as you do this.
Let's go.
A fucking boy. He's so chunky. Look at him. He's stubby.
yeah. It's the angle that the picture is in kind of makes it look weird. This was the best out of like 16 or
stubby
like
boy.
20 pictures I made.
Sidebar, I remember seeing this picture almost a year ago. Did you use this for the war campaign or did you just show me this?
I showed you as a concept for the war campaign and then never introduced it.
Ah, okay, cool. Just making sure, because I was like, I've seen this picture before.
Yeah, it was a stat block I didn't get to use in that campaign, so it got transferred.
So we use it here. Let's go.
Yep, we reuse assets here, all the
Hey,
time.
look, why not? Why would we not?
Yeah, why not? So yeah, he joined you along as you head to the police department. After arriving and speaking with the police department for a bit, and getting questioned on your innocence and other things before they eventually just kind of accept you're just reporting this and take the body from you and let you all go. What would you like to do with your newfound canine friend that is following you around, wondering when you're taking him to his master?
Oh man, can we bring him into the tower? Can he
Yes,
knock
you
on
can.
the door?
You can take him, so you can take people into the tower without them having a token. It's just a token is what's used to designate you as a party member within the tower, essentially.
Mhm.
So if KT's with you, you can take him in and out of the tower all as you please.
He's more of a follower than an NPC.
Yes.
He's Rex.
I will make the
Yeah.
note too. If KT is killed, he is killed.
No, just like Fallout 3.
Hey, not if you have the puppies perk.
I don't know if I want to do that with him.
Let's see.
What time did you say it was now?
By this point, it's like the sun is set. It is the night is beginning. The city is alive with the sound of
What-
music
what is
or
the-
something.
What is the bird lady doing?
She's just with you guys. Like she's kind of
Is
keeping
she
quiet.
Also petting the dog.
Once you guys have left the police station and like the body has been discarded, she does slip in a few pets.
Hell yeah. She's one of us already.
Do I notice that?
Yes. What are you doing?
Just double checking.
Double checking what?
Seeing if I truly would notice her.
No. Okay, so with the 7, no, you hadn't noticed. You know she's like near the dog, and the dog's just kind of like wagging his tail as he's going by, like walking next to her. You don't see any pets get happen, but
No. But I can assume.
assumptions can be made. So I assume you all go back to the tower.
Yeah.
Might as well.
All right. Upon arrival, you find a very, very energized Cerberus who is, rambling to Cypher and Timus, who are on the couch at the moment. Timus is unconscious. Cypher looks like his eyes are going cross because of whatever Cerberus is saying to him. You know when you get hit with like an overload of information, your eyes start crossing? That's Cypher. And you can see Cerberus is holding a book in one hand, and in the other he is actually holding the shield up and just like rambling on and on to these two. Doesn't even notice you guys come in. Is just like full rant, like very excited about whatever he just figured out.
Go stand under his legs.
Sure. Yeah. You do that. He still has not noticed you are even there.
That's fine. I mean,
And
I'm pretty high.
the rest of you hear Cypher just go, "Dear God," very quietly.
He's
I'm gonna
still
cast-
going.
I'm gonna cast silence.
Okay, yeah.
What are you
You
yapping about, Cerberus?
you cast silence. I assume the rest of you stay outside of the range of silence. As you know, as the silence spell hits, and he kind of like turns his attention towards you and goes to speak, and then kind of like places a hand on his throat, just like opening his mouth again, and just like a little confused at first, and then realizes, oh, there's a spell happening, and looks down at Remus. Just kind of like intrigued why you're now standing between his legs.
I'm gonna pull out a blanket from my bag and go over to the two on the couch and tuck them in.
No, you see the moment you cast the spell as well, because Cypher would have been close enough. You hear him like his eyes go wide for a second, and he like touches both of his ears, and he's just like goes to say something, and he's like starting to freak out because he thinks he's gone deaf.
Yeah.
Are you dropping the spell?
Yeah, once I tuck them in, I'll drop the spell.
Okay, yeah, you drop the spell, and you hear Cypher just like, "Oh my god! Oh, my hearing's back." Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
You guys look tired.
Exhausted. Anyways, I got something to do, Cerberus, so I'll see you later. And he kind of stands up, does finger pistols, and then just like quickly makes his way upstairs.
Bang bang.
Cerberus, turns to a lot of you, the same excited look upon his face. He says, I didn't hear you all come in. I was telling him about what I've discovered about all these artifacts so far. They're fascinating things. I've never thought something like this would even exist. Goes through a whole spew explaining the properties of the shield. So this shield, when attuned to somebody, gives them the feat of Shield Master whenever wielding, also giving, if they are proficient with shields. Along with that, you get a natural resistance to fire, as long as you are wielding said shield. However, the side effects of the shield, you develop a hoarding mannerism similar to that of a dragon, where you struggle to give up items and gold. And if somebody steals from you, there is a chance that you lash out and or tries to borrow something from you. You may lash out or even just like pursue somebody that is attempted to borrow or steal something from you.
Sounds like fun.
The shield is also known as the Dragon Scale Shield. A very simple name, but it is the name of the shield. Eventually,
take
I
it.
will have these ported on D&D and Beyond. But yeah, you want to take it?
Sure.
For the time being, because you'll be attuned to it for we'll just keep that in mind that you'll have fire resistance and the shield feat, because you said you're proficient with shields.
Yeah.
I didn't know that swashbucklers had a shield proficiency, or is it
Well,
just rogue in
I'm
general?
I'm 2 levels.
Oh yeah,
into
you have fighter. That's why Yeah, that makes it easy to have it. Damn, a rogue with a shield, kind of crazy. Okay, yeah. So you claim the shield from him. I will eventually have that stuff imported onto D&D Beyond. I haven't had the chance to do it yet. So for the time being, if you have it equipped, +2 to your AC, resistance to fire, shield master feat.
Cool. Also, I have the dueling fighting style. So if I only have one weapon in one hand and then no other weapons, a shield doesn't count, counts as armor. I get +2 bonus to damage rolls of that weapon. So the shield is only additive to me.
I thought that meant you couldn't have anything in your hand, but I could be wrong on that. I would double check that because I feel like it may have noted shields, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, after his little spew, and he just kind of ends it with you. Isn't that just fascinating?
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be rude earlier. I just was worried for the health of the other two.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, sometimes when I watch my shows for too long, my book it tells me I need to take a break because it might melt my brain. But in this case, you would be giving them so much information, you might make their head pop.
And he kind of looks to you and then kind of glances over towards Timus, who's now snoring. He goes,
See?
"Oh, I see your point. I'll keep that in mind next time." um,
Okay.
in terms of the rest of you, it just says, I assume your expeditions have all been great thus far, and you've figured out the next step of your journey, as I do not have any information for you beyond this point.
Okay. I found clarification. Yeah, it works with shields. I'll post it in the thing.
Okay, I looked at the thing as well. It looks like that's the case. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, so he's just, he made the statement about, I assume you all have plans for, the next step of your journey?
Yeah, we're gonna go find one of the people that's in the book and see if they have any information.
That is an excellent place to start. Let me know if I can be of any assistance with that. I assume you're all resting for the night before you travel some more?
Yeah. One question though. Have you heard of the lair of the old man's nightmare?
The Lair of the Old Man's Nightmare. I feel like I've heard it in passing, but I'll check my library, and I'll let you know in the morning.
All right.
He kind of, heads off towards the library. I assume the rest of you are just going to go off to bed. Curie goes to her room, not long after you all finish your conversation with Cerberus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Google if there's any like trains or flights to Albay or whatever the city was.
So you're using the search engine Bonk,
Yeah, Bonk, yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of Bing. He's bonking for information.
And I'll bonk myself again later. What?
Huh?
I'm gonna
What?
go check on the egg.
You check on the egg. It is as you had left it.
I'm gonna sleep with it.
Okay, yeah, you fall asleep up there. Who I assume Lebog is taking KT with him to his room.
If he wants.
KT is following you because you promised to show him where his master was.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, you take him up there, kind of give him a place to sleep. You all rest for the night. Pull something up and check a note. Boo, boo, boo. Ria,
Yo.
your night is not as restful as the rest of the parties. You find yourself, tossing and turning throughout the night. Waking up once or twice in the middle of the night, your head feeling as if it's going to split open. Feeling like in your sleep you were seeing visions of something, but you don't remember the visions you were seeing. You just know that whatever it was very discomforting for you. As well as someone was saying things within these visions that you don't remember the words of what they said. The only thing as you kind of wake up the next morning, a little groggy, not exhausted by any means, but definitely groggy, you have a feeling you've definitely felt this. You've definitely had this happen to you before, but you can't remember the last time this has occurred.
Oh, that's not fun.
But the next morning has arrived. You all wake up. I assume meeting for breakfast as you did the last time you were in the tower. Labog, you were woken up to a small whimper and KT requesting to be taken out.
All right,
He's
let's
got a
go.
bladder.
Yes.
You don't have to just change his oil.
He is a cyborg dog, bro. He still has the body parts.
You got to install an oil pan on him.
He didn't get the patch notes for not having to have those processes.
That'd be a hardware update, though. That wouldn't be software. There wouldn't be patch notes.
It's all a mental game, man. If you believe you do not have to do those things, you never have to do them again.
Damn straight. That's why I don't get oil changes.
Not what
Hey,
I was
look,
talking about.
Look, man. The car cuts on. That's all that matters.
Fair point. So yeah, you all gather downstairs. After you take KT out or whatever he does ask you, he says, when are we going to look for Master?
Eventually, first I gotta remember who your master is.
Kind of almost seems to just kind of like it's almost a nod. You're not sure if he actually nods, and he just says that computes.
Did we just recruit a robot dog into our party?
Yeah. um okay. So you all meet for breakfast. Is there anything you guys are discussing over breakfast or anything? And by the way, you did find there is a bus service that does take people between towns. The first bus leaves roughly like 10 in the morning. At the moment, it's like 8:45. So you have time. You can make it to the bus. And it will take you straight to that town.
How long's the drive?
It's about let me look at the map. It'll take most of the day. You'll probably get there 4 or 5 in the evening.
All right.
I must ask, will you be taking KT with you, or will you be leaving him in the tower and telling him you'll come back for him?
Did the bus say it's animal friendly?
It doesn't specify. At least on their website, it doesn't.
Well, he talks. He can pass for like I don't know, a dog person.
Yeah, but the problem is if he has to go to the bathroom on the bus.
Cypher peeks into
the
Oh,
bus will
sorry.
be able to stop.
Yeah. Cypher peeks in the room and says, we have a name,
Okay.
Do you have the biological function of needing to dispose of waste?
You talking to KT or Cipher?
The robot dog.
Okay, KT looks to you and just says, affirmative.
Okay, good to know. Yeah,
It
no.
says
Can,
it,
how
it
long
specifies
would you
the
be
only
able to-
thing the only thing it has changed about it that isn't normal to a normal canine's body is the fact that he has the ability, so he has a few enhancements. He is able to talk, and he has the ability to self-repair internal damage.
Wait. Are you telling me KT can talk?
He's been talking this whole time.
What? The dog talks? Holy shit!
Bro, this fucking talking dog.
The robot dog talks? What? That's
Fucking
crazy.
Alright,
He's Scratch without the requirements of speak with animals.
yeah, right. What a boy. So I ask it, how long, KT, how long can you hold your bowels?
It kind of
Have
like
you been
turns its
car trained?
it kind of tilts its head slightly, like looking off almost, and you just hear calculating.
It's probably gonna
And
be doing
yeah,
that for a
and
while.
it looks and just says, it's just like between 8 to 10 hours generally, if needed, possibly longer.
Have you been car trained?
I have ridden in car.
All right, well, I
Well-
think we're fine.
Well, has he ridden on train?
Have you been on train?
I have not been on train.
So he's not
It's-
so he's not car trained.
Are you resistant to zip bombs?
What?
I have a firewall installed inside my processor.
Can I try just to make sure you're okay?
No.
Start slowly pulling out a thumb drive.
No, Remus.
Starts slowly backing up.
Do not
What's his
want.
movement speed?
40 feet.
Don't do
I got
it.
25.
He runs. Yeah.
Grapple Remus.
Yeah, can Remus try to grapple him?
No. They're grappling you before you can get to KT. That's what they're saying.
Why does this child know what a zip bomb is?
That's a good question.
He is the
access
son
to
of
the internet.
Atlas.
Your-
This
but
is
your tablet doesn't
Asvlor.
even have
Yeah.
a USB drive.
This is Asvlor
Well,
talking. He's like, he is the
well,
son of
s-
Atlas.
Well, sometimes my dad would go on adventures, and then I'd be left at home and I'd have my iPad, but also I'd have my books. But I also had my dad's books, and he has so many books.
So you, in your spare time, you figured out how to create an executable zip drive thumb drive zip bomb, and just have one around with you at any given time.
I have 4.
Do
This
not
kid
the
has
dog.
far too much time on his hands.
He's an iPad kid. Of course he did.
I can multitask, as you see, like the journals start floating, his pens start floating, iPad starts floating, he starts floating, dog starts floating.
Do
Oh,
not the
no.
dog.
Yeah, the dog goes, oh no.
It's the knuckles. Oh no!
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no!
I will leave the puppy alone.
Guys, can we not mess around? We're gonna miss the bus.
The bus is literally pulling up as we speak.
The bus! Remus is gonna run on.
Okay, yeah, you guys run out of the you guys head out of the tower, get to the bus stop just
Well,
before
how
the bus
much
gets
is the
there.
bus?
The bus is going to be, what is a normal bus fare? I gotta Google
Free.
something. No, it's not free.
1 copper.
No. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be like 70 gold pieces
Jesus.
Each or all?
each.
Bro.
I
This
would
is
like
this is from one city to another. You guys have like 20,000 gold apiece.
Bro, I'm making chicken with my gold.
I'm going to use stealth to sneak onto the bus, please.
All right, roll me a stealth check.
Better be a bougie ass bus.
Well, you see, we're doing the typical rich person thing.
Now, are you bringing
They get rich 'cause
Asflor
they
with
don't have
you?
to pay for
Are you
anything.
bringing Asflor with you or Curie? Which of your companions are you bringing with you? Are you bringing any of them? Have you left anyone behind? Like, have you just left them?
I think we just bring them all with us. Why wouldn't we?
I rolled a dirty 20.
Why would we bring all of them when they can just stay in the tower and magically be in our next location?
Do I
No.
avoid paying the bus fare?
With the 20, you manage to like hide perfectly within the shadow of Thomas as he pays his bus fare and like slip in behind him without the bus driver noticing.
Epic. Time to start RPing that dragon greed.
How far are we from a tavern at the moment? Like from the bus stop?
The bus stop is like a block away from the tavern.
Okay, cool. I kind of just look at everybody. Like realistically, only one person needs to go.
So I will make a note. You were told this by Cerberus. In order for a person to be able to exit the tower from a different location, 3 people who had entered from that location have to approve them to be able to transport there. That being said, if 3 of you went,
So
yes,
3.
you could bring the rest of the party, but just saying. There were rules to the tower. I knew they were going to be forgotten because there was a lot of things that have been said. So that's just giving you a reminder.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You said 75 gold.
70.
I pay it.
That's a
Okay.
hefty fine.
This is like a couple 100-mile drive. Like gray buses charge more than our Greyhound buses charge more than this, I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
And these buses are called what shall we call them instead of Greyhound? What do we want to call them instead?
The Blinkhound.
Blinkhound, yes. They are Blinkhound buses. And they have a Blinkhound on the side of it instead of a Greyhound. Yep, that's it. We figured it out. They are Blinkhound buses. Now the bus service in the world.
Just kidding.
Alright, so yeah, you take the Blinkhound bus. Ride for multiple hours throughout the day, seeing the country of Gastonia, pass you by, going through the mountains, the main road going through the mountains to get to where you're going. Kind of, is more of a straight road. They kind of carve straight through some of the mountains. Passing through Galahorn, stopping there for a brief moment for some people to get off. Continuing on, by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys arrive in the small town of Albay, the fishing town, on the far western side of the country. As you can tell from looking around this map, there are 3 major places of this town. There's the market square, there are the docks, and there's the housing area of the town that is known as the Barrels, or known as the Barrel, which is where most of the residents live. Your guys' little bit of knowledge of this town. It is a place known for a lot of foreign goods to pass through. So it is an import-export town. But beyond that note, you guys get off the bus. Just, between the market and the Barrel. I assume you guys are heading straight to the home of the address you were given.
Sure.
as well, honestly.
Did we have one of the party members with us?
You don't have to have one of them. Like, which one would you have taken with you if you did?
Which one? Well, I mean, I'm asking if we had any, because if not, we can go to a tavern and get.
The only one that I asked, either Curie would have gone with you or Aslor would have rejoined you because he had rested. If you didn't want that one, yeah, if you didn't want one, you can go to a tavern and get one of them before you go, or you can just go to the house. Like, you guys have these options.
Just go to the tavern here and do it. That way we save the bus fee.
I might as well.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go find the local tavern. The tavern here, specifically known as the Drunken Trident. It's much smaller than a lot of the taverns you guys have seen in the past. It's more of a not classic. It is closer to what the kind of taverns that Ria would have seen. Like, this tavern has not been, like, they've added lights to it. That is it. This tavern's still original from like 200 years ago.
It's very classic.
And they are still selling mead in the classic tankards that they used to use.
Walker's items now.
So yeah, you guys go to the back. Knock on the door, I assume.
No, we stand there awkwardly.
Yes.
Can I send my owl out?
Sure.
Can I have him circle the town?
Sure.
then
Who
I'll
are you
look
going
for
to collect
sides.
from the tower? If you guys wanted an NPC, you have Aurelia, you have Kiri, you have Aslor, Timus, and Cypher.
We should do the tiefling just because we haven't done the tiefling yet.
I mean, we haven't done.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't
Different
think
order.
I don't think anybody's done anybody yet.
And technically, we haven't done Cypher either, but
Yes, but he's chattier than the rest of them.
What's wrong with that? You have a
Yeah.
toddler.
we already have enough yappers in the party.
I've been pretty quiet this session. Is it because
This
I'm
is
several
quiet?
Modelos deep? Possibly.
This man gets drunk in the middle of the week, and it's crazy.
Yep. Welcome. I'm an engineer, guys. I'm gonna be making your shit in the future.
We are fucked.
I think my body does that itself.
I
we'll take
get
Aurelia.
it.
Anyways, which NPC are you picking if you're picking one?
Aurelia.
Do I take
Aurelia.
psychic damage from that
Yeah.
joke?
Yes. All right, you collect Aurelia, who's intrigued to meet an individual who has been on the previous expedition. So yeah, you guys acquire you get Aurelia with you. Head towards the address. It looks to be not a small, a decent size house. Kind of on the very edge of town. Kind of the woods a few hundred meters away from the house itself. Open backyard. It looks like no fence. You know, 1-story house, probably. You know, looks like it could hold a small family within it. Pretty good condition, things of that nature.
It
I
sounds
assume
like
you-
you're trying to sell us this place.
Check out this beautiful suburban home in the dude, the fucking TV salesman.
Yeah, TV salesman voice.
Yeah. There's a dude that does it on YouTube for Minecraft homes, and it's really funny. Anywho, I assume you are just gonna go up to the door and knock or ring the doorbell. What do you guys
Yeah.
want to do? Okay. You knock on the door. There's a hush for a minute before, the door is unlocked. Door opens. There is an elven gentleman standing inside. Kind of gives a confused look and says, can I help you all?
Hi, we're looking for an Isabella.
She's not here right now. Are you friends of hers?
Something like that.
Can I make a stealth check?
Sure. I'm afraid of what he's doing.
As you should be.
I got a 21. I'm gonna walk right underneath his legs and into the
See,
house.
we're
Oh my
friends
God.
of a. We're working for a kid of a friend of hers. Actually, it's this kid. Oh, he's gone.
He's looks confused. He looks very confused by the statement and says,
Sorry, I don't mean
The-
to alarm you, but there might be a
Sir.
kid loose here.
Sir, you're in danger.
The kid has breached containment. The child has breached containment.
Sir, the last time he went missing, he stole a wyvern's egg.
Sir, you don't have a wyvern's egg on you by chance, right?
Sir, second child is in the tower.
No. Damn it. We can never get away from jokes like that.
Oh my god.
Sir, there's a second child wizard in the tower.
Uh, I love my Wednesdays. I gotta play as a crackhead.
He says, she won't be back until about sunset. Would you like to come back later when she's here?
Yeah, that'll be great, I guess. When's sunset?
It's like 2 hours.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go explore the town, I guess.
Okay. So you all leave without Remus.
I'm just gonna
Nobody-
yell out, "Bye, Remus."
Would Remus hear that from the little girl's bedroom?
What?
What little girl?
Is it his daughter? Who are we talking about?
Isabella is a grown woman.
Ah, cool. I'm in her room.
Yeah, you're in her, and you can see in the room. This dude is her husband.
I don't care. I'm figuring out. I'm getting like I'm figuring out what she looks like.
You
I'm
see
casting
pictures of
detect magic.
you see
like,
pictures of her with her and her husband. There's pictures of her with a what looks to be a dire wolf.
Isn't
Okay,
that technically a picture of her in the journal?
Yes, there's a picture of her in the journal.
Yeah, but I want updated. That's 5 years old.
Fine, she's an elf. She's not gonna change.
Yeah, she's an elf. She hasn't changed. Like she has a few extra scars, but that's about it. But yeah, you look around the room. You see pictures of her, stuff like that. Roll me investigation or perception. Perception is faster than investigation. Investigation means you're gonna be thoroughly going through drawers and stuff until you get caught.
Okay. Alright. Well, I guess I'll do perception. Jesus Christ. I got an 8. Remus is. I don't see shit, but I do cast detect magic.
You start like chasing a bug on the floor or something, and then you cast detect magic. um, in this room, there is you notice a singular magical item in the room. There is a bow that's hanging up on the wall that looks to be enchanted in some way. Very fine looking elven crafted bow.
Can I cast identify on it?
Sure. Casting Identify on it because it's a very simple magical item. It is a special bow to enhance. It is a special elven bow to enhance one's ability to fire accurately. Essentially, the gift of it is it gives the user a +3 to their attack roll with a bow.
And where did the husband say she was going?
He didn't say. He just said she'd be back at sunset.
Okay.
Let me take KT off the screen. He's not needed anymore.
So I still have detect magic. Looking around the room though, I don't see anything else.
Beyond that, it's just pictures of her husband, and what looks to be a dire wolf in a couple of the pictures.
Okay. Was there any sign of the dire wolf on my way in?
No.
Okay. All right.
You s-
Raymond's just gonna walk, I guess, out of the door.
Yeah, he like walks past you, like you go to like come out of the room, and he walks past you, like go into the kitchen or whatever. It seems he's cooking something at the moment. You
What's he
just heading
cooking?
out the front door.
No,
Looks
I'm
to
distracted now. What's he cooking?
spaghetti.
All right. I'm gonna sit and wait.
Wait, you're just gonna go in there and sit with him? You just you catch the corner, like he catches you off the corner of his eye, and he just turns and goes, who are you, little boy?
Why did she leave her bow?
Uh, how did you? Why are you in my house?
I guess I'll come back later.
You just jumping out of the chair and walking out the door.
Yep. It's gonna stop me.
He just follows you like at a distance, just really confused. Watches you just go out the door. Are you leaving the door open, or are you closing it behind you?
I'm polite. I'm not a dick. I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah, you just the last thing you see of him is just like a dumbfounded look upon his face, just like what the fuck. Congratulations, you've emotionally scarred an NPC who doesn't mean anything.
Great. But you had to RP it.
I had to RP it because that would be me. And if some child appeared in my house, like, who the fuck are you, kid? How did you get in my house? And then you
Why
just
do you
like
know
start.
about my wife's bow?
Yeah, how do you know about my wife's bow? Who the fuck are you? I'll just go then. What do you mean? And I wouldn't stop him. Like he would just go. Like he could have stolen $100 from me. I would have never stopped him. I just would have let him go.
I just feel like, how fucking long has this kid been here?
Yeah, that's really the whole thing. Just like, how long has he been here? Like, what the hell? Yeah, you head out of the house. The rest of you, where are you going to explore for the next 2 hours?
Just go see what's in the market.
Well, I guess while I'm here, I'd probably ask Aurelia more about herself, considering like we know nothing about this person. So it seems like a good idea to familiarize ourselves with our companion we have out right now.
Okay. Aurelia, let me pull up her informational sheet. There we go. Aurelia, goes through a long tale of, she comes from a long line of wizards, and kind of shows you, the family crest that she has on her, which is the symbol, considering her last name is Shadowheart, a symbol of a heart with like a shroud of darkness over it, essentially, that she wears as like a brooch on her, on the nice, clothes that she wears. She goes into detail though of just like kind of gives you a whole view of, studied magic in school, things like that. However, there is a note that like she tells like, I am afflicted with an arcane side effect from something that happened to me when I was at school. She has random fits of magic, like wild magic surge type issues, as well as occasionally she'll just catch on fire. She doesn't know why it happens, but she'll just burst into flames.
That's fun. I also have a sort of wild magic sort of affliction. Small world.
Upon saying that, she tries to dig into your past a little bit, kind of like asking you for details, things like that.
Well, I'd tell her that circumstance of my birth, I'm kind of like almost like, oh, I can't use magic. due to how like entangled my existence is with the weave, and like when I'm around powerful magic, I almost have like an allergic reaction, which causes like wild magic like effects to kind of like stack on to that magic.
She seems, very fascinated by that whole thing.
Also, I'm like 200 years old.
That's probably the detail that catches her the most. Of just like, wow, like that's crazy, and just like go like tries to understand more. Thomas, you would be the only one to really, unless someone else wants to roll an Arcana check. Thomas is just gonna kind of pass this due to his past. You do notice, and you hadn't noticed before until like she's been talking to Rhea the whole time. The kind of cape she is wearing is a cape of the Monty Bank. Which you would know is a cape that allows one to cast the spell Dimension Door once a day. Essentially, it's a get out of jail free card type item. Xena, you would also be able to identify this as you have seen something like this in your time of travel.
Nice.
I'll make a note. All of your companions have magical items. You just haven't noticed them yet.
Wait a minute. Our companions. It's just what is it called? What is that anime called? Fuck. Kill a Kill. No.
Kill a kill.
Akame got killed. Akame got killed.
Please
Akame
do
got
not
killed.
compare this campaign to that anime.
Come on. I mean, everyone's got magical items.
Tyler, I'm sending you a whisper.
I don't. If Evan's saying it's not something to match with, we're not doing that.
No, it's not that kind. No. It's just a really sad anime.
Oh.
And I'm not talking Kill la Kill. I'm talking Akame got killed. Not Kill la Kill. Forget Kill la Kill. That one is actually very sexualized.
Oh. Man, I'm getting really good at that, aren't I, Evan?
Yeah, read the follow-up.
Oh
No.
shit! Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Shit, that's fucking wild. Anywho, that's crazy that I've done it again. Anywho, after exploring the town, seeing the marketplace, seeing what there is to see within the marketplace. There's not too much happening in this town. The marketplace looks to be flooded with like a lot of exotic goods, but most of the stuff you guys have seen in your travels. Not too many magical items, mainly just things from other countries and stuff. The one thing that does catch your attention is there is one stall that is selling like pristine like animal skulls, but specifically the skulls of like dinosaurs, essentially like raptors and like shit like that. Something you don't see normally. Kind of a cool little thing that you guys kind of notice along the way.
I want to go look at that.
Upon looking at the stall, the individual, it's a furbog kind of behind the stall that seems to be trying to like sell these various skulls of various creatures. Nothing of
Oh.
great size, so like no T-Rexes, things like that. It's mostly like raptors and things like that.
I
Your chance to-
wonder.
your chance to RP with this man as you approach him.
I want to look them over. Do they really seem? What's the word?
Authentic.
Real?
Yes, authentic.
Investigation.
Uh-oh.
Based on what you can tell, these are 100% authentic. You touch one, it feels like bone.
Wow, how much?
You catch his attention, and he kind of gives you a once over. Kind of scratches his chin a little bit, and he says, "Since you seem so intrigued, I'll sell it to you for 75 gold pieces."
And what kind of skulls does he have?
The names of different dinosaurs are blanking me. A lot of them are mostly like carnivore type dinosaurs, like raptors. There's like small compy heads. The one you are specifically looking at is a raptor skull. There is one like small pterodactyl head or skull in there. Things like that. There's a few herbivores as well, some beaked creatures, other things. The one he specifically noted to, though, is a raptor skull of decent size.
Take it.
Okay, yeah, you give him the 75 gold pieces. He, lets you take the raptor skull with you. This one is, I will make a note, the one you bought is big enough you could wear it as a helmet.
I put it on.
All right. The bog is now wearing a raptor skull.
All right, it's Cubone.
He's
I'm
Cubone.
so disappointed in the necromancy spell list.
Yeah.
I really wanted to raise one of the dinosaurs from the dead in his shop.
It is just the skulls, not the rest of the body.
Yeah, it wouldn't work because they're over 10 days old.
Anywho, by this point, unless there's anything else you guys want to look, it is reaching sunset. I assume you all want to head to the home of Isabella.
Oh yeah, would Remus have caught up with them?
You would have found them in the market because you heard them say, hey, let's go to the market.
Okay. I would have done little side things. Little arts and crafts, A bit
Okay.
of tomfoolery.
What are you drawing on the sidewalk?
Oh, so much.
It's a penis. He just straight, it's a penis.
It's actually a bunch of stick figures fighting along all the way basically from the house to the market.
Damn. Yeah, so by the time you guys start leaving the market, you see Remus just like crouched down, which isn't a huge feat, and is like drawing on the ground. All right, so you all head back to the house, as I know you do. Upon arriving, knocking on the door again. You hear from inside the house. You could hear, the same man just say, "I think that's the guys I told you about earlier." And you hear a female's voice say, "Yeah, I'll get it."
I'm gonna stealth again.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Steal my job.
Just doing my job.
He's not as stealthy. It's an 11.
Are you trying to walk past? So the door
No,
opens.
I'm just trying to remain unseen.
Okay, yeah, the door opens. This individual standing before you. Not with the bow in hand, but, this individual has, looked out and says, can I help you all? My husband said you were here earlier today.
Yeah, hi. First, I'd like to say, I hope he didn't cause too much trouble earlier.
Her
And I
husband?
pointed Remus.
Yeah, initially she looks confused. You point at Remus and says, I don't think he caused us any issues. And she kind of calls back. She's like, did the kid out here cause you issues? And he's like, he was just in the house. I don't know what he did. She's like, you didn't take anything, right, kid?
I don't steal.
You shouldn't just go in people's houses either, but
Well, we were looking and I was doing detective work.
she kind of nods, and then I assume the tome is out that was Atlas's, right?
It's on his hip, yeah.
Yeah, she kind of, you see her eyes hit the tome, and she kind of pauses, kind of takes a step back. As she does, you can see, kind of peeking around a corner, there's a very large dire wolf.
Doggy!
Looks to be a bit old, kind of peeking out the door, and you can see behind it a much smaller, younger one is like jumping up and like scratching at the other one, trying to get it to like pay attention to it. And she says, You can't be here about what I think you are.
We
Please
are.
don't tell me. She kind of sighs, kind of looks back and just gestures for you all to come in. Kind of shoos the two wolves away, kind of says something in Elvish, kind of like telling them to like. It pretty much commands them to go back to the kitchen. You know, the bigger of the two immediately kind of walks off. The pup, I guess, would lingers for a second before following the bigger of the two. She leads you guys into a kind of a front, like a front room essentially with like a couch and stuff, and has you all sit down. In this room, trophies on the wall. There's like a deer head and like essentially this is a hunter's room. She is a ranger. Makes sense to have a hunter's room. As she has you all sit down like on the seats in there, she like kind of leans up against the door frame, kind of one hand kind of rubbing the top of her head, and just says, I had a feeling at some point the little expedition would come back to haunt me. Just didn't think it'd be in this way with people I've never seen before. How is Atlas? I assume he sent you.
He's gone.
Technically, he did not.
He disappeared looking for the milk and cigarettes and left his child alone for 5 years.
Hi, I'm Atlas's kid.
I hate to hear that he's missing. I didn't quite leave him on the greatest of terms the last time I saw him.
We're part of Child Protective Services.
Remus just looks up at Rhea and he's like, "You cannot contain me."
No, we can't.
Do you know what happened to him? Because I'd really like to know that he's all right and not passed on, because I would much rather be able to resolve a few things that I left a pretty bad note on when I last saw him.
Well, the last entry in his journal says my hunters are closing in on me now. So, take that as you may.
Shit.
Presumably, they're those dragon folks who have put us on their shit list. What's their name? She looks around trying to
The Dragonheart
like,
Crusade.
Yeah.
Dragonheart Crusade.
Yeah, as
That-
Lebog says it, Isabel also mutters the same thing under her breath and just kind of once again just like shit.
So you're familiar with them then?
Only as of late. They haven't come after me, luckily. But Orion said that he had an issue not too long ago, and that Calcifer had pretty much forced him to contact me and let me know that I need to keep my guard up.
What's the range on this?
They've been sent a bounty hunter to kill the young Ironheart here.
That's terrible. She looks towards you, Remus, and my condolences for your father. He was a good man, or is a good man if he is still alive.
That's what everyone keeps saying. Can you give me a moment? I'll be back. Where you guys could keep talking.
Where are you
Of
going?
course.
It's child depression.
I just wanted to step outside. I'm not gonna leave the area. I'm gonna be within like 20 feet, give or take.
Are you stepping out the front door and like standing on the porch?
I will send you what I'm doing.
Oh dear God.
It's not. I'm keeping my word. All right. I didn't lie to them.
Fully. No.
No, he didn't lie.
All right. As you know, Remus kind of walks out of the room. Um, she looks, rather, stressed out about this. The bigger of the two wolves kind of slowly kind of creeps back into the room and kind of like presses its head up against her side. And she kind of, essentially trying to console her and like comfort her in this moment. She kind of, scratches his head. You all would be able to easily see by this point this direwolf, the collar around its neck, you can see its tag. His name is Buck. He looks fairly up there in age too, like gray fur around the face. He's probably a good, probably 11 or 12 years old, much older than most. You can tell that he's having a little trouble walking, like tight joints, things like that. She, as she kind of, pets him, just kind of says, as much as I would love to help you find him in this moment, I can't exactly abandon my family again.
Oh no, I don't. We weren't expecting you to leave and come with us. I just want information.
That's crazy.
I
yeah.
don't know what was planned for tonight, but
Okay,
that
yeah.
is what he's doing.
As she kind of gives you a nod, kind of a look on her face of just kind of relief, and understanding. Just says, I unfortunately don't have too much information. If anyone did, Orion or Calcifer would be the ones that'd be able to tell you things. I don't exactly know where Calcifer is at the moment. I can tell you though that Orion lives in Elron in Osmond.
Bit of a hike from here.
It'd probably be best to get there by plane. Though you could take a ship if you wanted to, considering you're on the coast, but plane may be faster.
Is it Elrin or Elron?
Elrin, sorry, I say it. People say things funny. It's kind of like Greenville versus Greenville, it just depends on your accent.
Does Remus have the journal on him?
Yes. Would Remus have the journal on him, or would he let someone else carry
Yes,
it?
Remus would
Okay.
have the journal on him, and at probably about 2 or 3 minutes after he left, he'd be coming back in.
Okay, yeah. He'd come back in walking past Buck the direwolf. Who just kind of like glances his head towards you, but like doesn't. More of just like acknowledges you exist, but doesn't do anything beyond that.
He's gonna pet the wolf and go, "I have a doggy just like you."
It just kind of like lets it happen. Just kind of like, you kind of hit a little bit behind the ear, and it kind of leans its head a little bit. Kind of producing that low. What is the term that they use? It's not like a growl, but it's like it's similar to a growl that dogs make whenever some dogs, when you just like scratch the right spot, they like make a noise. Not quite. It's a dog's version of purring, essentially.
Hey, little man, do you recall if that journal of your dad's mentions and what was it, Urian? Orion?
I could look.
Yeah, Orion's in there.
I was gonna say I just flip through my book and point out that it's there.
Oh, there he is.
When did you say Orion had visitors?
He contacted me probably about a zenith ago, saying that he was confronted, not at his home, but when he was traveling from Gorgana back to Osmond, he was confronted. He didn't really give me too many details, considering the sending spell is a bit limited on how much you can give, and I'm
Send.
assuming he contacted me via magic so that it wouldn't be traced back to me.
I think it'd be in your best interest to beef up your home security.
I've already started the process. I'm just hoping that nothing comes of this.
Well, with my initial sweep of the house, I could give you some pointers of areas that were missing.
Sure.
Alright.
Yeah.
Curious.
You give her a list. We're not
He's
gonna
like,
go
I
through
figured
yeah.
out which floorboards were creaky and which weren't, based off the scuff marks. Like, real in depth.
Little
I use my sleight of
psychopath
hand?
in depth.
It's like, oh, I forget that this character's stupid, but also has a 16 intelligence when he needs it.
Can I use my sleight of hand check to give some suggestion on the locks?
Yeah, you guys give her a few things. Once you guys have like kind of completed this, you hear her husband just like you hear just like, honey, you know, the dinner's ready whenever you're ready to eat. And she calls back. She just says, I'll be there in a bit. I'm just finishing up here. She looks back to you guys and just says, sorry I couldn't be more helpful to you. In the event that you do need something, you know where to find me. I don't know if exchanging numbers is the greatest idea at the moment, considering Crusade is hunting people down, but I could possibly give you a number to contact me by if you need one.
I mean, yeah, anything helps.
She kind of turns over towards like a shelf and like opens one of the drawers and pulls out like essentially a sticky note. And finds a pen, you know, jots down a number, and hands it to you. And just, you know, let me know if there's anything, any information that comes up that you might need or need a second opinion on. And if you find Atlas, let me know. I still feel really bad about what I last said to him.
Yeah, will do.
She kind of takes you guys to the door and, you know, opens it so you guys can head out.
Give me 1 second. I'm just reading up on something.
Don't you guys love having homework?
No.
Ray's
I'm
gonna
the-
turn to what's the tiefling's name again?
Arania.
Arania?
Aurelia.
Oh,
Aurelia.
Aurelia. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
I keep adding N's where there's other letters, and I don't know why.
And she'll ask, you know, what causes you to catch on fire?
I don't know. It just kind of happens. It's generally high stresses of magic, but sometimes even just stress itself can cause outburst.
Oh yeah, I kind of know what that's like. Are you the type of tiefling that's resistant to fire?
Yes, and that's why it doesn't bother me too much.
My mom was one of those, but I didn't inherit it since I'm, I guess, what, half tiefling? Is it a quarter tiefling? I don't know. But this new magic shield of mine makes me resistant again, which is nice.
Yeah. Was Lebog gonna say something to Isabella? I feel like you're gonna say
Thanks for
something.
the information.
Oh,
Stay safe.
I'm gonna
You as well.
I'll tug on Isabel's pants real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If just letting you know, I put a pitfall in the front yard. But I could also put a glyph of warding down if you would like.
I think I can take care of it. Thank you for the help.
Okay, it's over there.
Over where?
Like points at the neighbor's house, and like the neighbor falls into it.
No, it's who's the first in line?
probably Rhea and Aurelia, because they would have been the first two to leave.
Okay, how far away are they?
Probably get about 10 feet from the door before the conversation started. So
Oh shit. Well, oh fuck.
do I need to roll a dex save for Aurelia?
Yeah, I meant to disable that with mold earth before. Shit.
Okay,
My
Aurelia.
shortcomings. No, the
Aurelia will roll a.
consequences of my action.
Oh no!
Because I
22.
put a pitfall trap right there.
As Aurelia falls into the pitfall trap.
God fucking damn it, bro.
She's like talking to Rhea, and all of a sudden just.
He's gonna look back up at Isabella and goes, "Alright, it works. I'll fix it."
Ow.
I'm gonna use an athletics check to help her up.
Okay, yeah. Roll me athletics.
15.
Yeah, that's easy. She's a very lightweight individual. Yeah, you help her pull out of the pitfall, and she's like, "Who the hell would put a pitfall in the middle of the walkway?"
No,
Go-
Remus isn't gonna try and roll a stealth check for this. This is very surprising.
I'll fix the pitfall.
Okay, yeah, you mend the pitfall because you're the one who made it.
The HO8 is gonna hate this.
HOA is gonna have a huge issue with this one.
He just chimes in and he goes, "Wait until they find out I put a delayed fireball in there."
Kidding.
It's a
No,
joke.
no, no, no.
That's a joke.
Whole
That'd be
whole
funny.
street just burst into flames.
You just hear like car alarms going off.
Call me Oppenheimer because I'm about to blow this bitch up. Anyways, so yeah, you guys head off, being bid farewell by Isabella before she, goes back inside. Disappearing.
Oh, wait.
Hmm?
I'm gonna run back up and ask her if she has a journal real quick.
She says, "Give me a second." You do see Buck kind of clamber over somewhere, like out of sight, and then come back with a journal in his mouth, and she grabs it from him.
He's gonna write his name down in it.
Oh, are you thinking that this is because of what Zin did?
Yeah. He's like,
Okay.
in case something happens.
You just run off, and she's just really confused by this, and just
Well, it's for sending.
like she kind of just thanks you for it, but clearly doesn't understand.
Oh, she gets her hands on a spell scroll.
Oh, she gave you a spell. You gave her a spell scroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gave her a spell
Yeah.
scroll of sending, and then told her it's for sending.
She kind of gives you a nod, and I'll keep that in mind. You have safe travels
Run back
now.
up. Avoids pitfall.
Yeah. Stops inches from it. Slowly creeps around it. Keeps running.
No. It's runs full speed towards it. Invisible force pulls him back just in time.
Gets yanked into the air. Hovers about 10 feet past it. Then gets put back down.
Yep. Goes back.
Yeah. So you guys all head off, I assume, back to the tower. Are you guys doing? There is an airport in this town. It is a very small one, but there's an airport.
Well,
What are we trying to
I think
catch
we
a
might
red
as well
eye?
go over there and schedule a fight at the earliest convenience. If this guy's been attacked before, then I don't know. I think we want to be over there like ASAP.
Yeah.
Check in with flights. There's one in the morning, 9 a.m. It'll take you to. The flight will take you to Galahorn, and then from Galahorn you will switch flights. You essentially, switch over to an international flight that will take you all the way to Osman. Landing in Shaiza. You will land specifically in the city of Dalcraft, which is just south of Elrin. Those tickets.
How much are the tickets? Oh, same brain.
150 a piece. Flights are cheaper when you're not you're not living in our situation.
Flights are also cheaper when you got magic.
Yeah, when the fuel of the plane is literally arcane crystals. It's also a lot better for the environment,
How
We don't
much
have
did
to
you
Probably
say?
have a good safety
100
system.
100 did I say 150? Yeah, 150.
Probably got a
Um,
good anti-tower system.
Can I do a stealth check to sneak past the ticket check?
You talking about for the next day?
Yeah.
We're not to that point yet.
I'm just-
It would
yeah,
be
I'm
getting your
planning
tickets and
ahead.
then okay, when we get to that, next it'll probably be next session.
Okay.
All right, so
Gotta
yeah,
RP that Dragon's Greed.
you all get your tickets. Or I guess if you have to pay for the tickets, so roll me a wisdom save, I want to say. Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
7.
You cannot bring yourself to give up the money.
Yeah, sounds about right.
A lady asks, 150 gold or whatever, or you initially go to do it and your hand just kind of stops. No matter how much you feel that you need to pay for this, it's not happening.
Um,
And this is why I'm playing a rogue.
Can I cast suggestion?
Sure, cast suggestion. Rhea, roll me the saving throw. I think he's wisdom against it.
Oh, this is not for Rhea. This is for the
Oh.
person selling the tickets.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, this is gonna be a suggestion to just let us on without paying anyway.
Or give you the ticket without having to pay for it, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is
Does
the
anyone
save that
wanna
has to be
give me-
made? They had to make a
succeed
roll.
on a wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
or have the charmed condition for the duration.
You cast the spell.
Oh, it's a 14.
Okay, it's 14. Yeah. You cast the spell. Their eyes kind of glaze over. You feel the spell kind of take hold. Who hasn't paid for their tickets?
I haven't.
I think it's
I
just Rhea.
haven't.
She gives you each your tickets. Those who have paid, you paid. You got your tickets legally. Those who didn't, a little less legal.
I'm not going to jail.
I love the
mean-
shield of role playing. It's fun.
Yeah.
I
So
I don't know. We got the tickets though. It was a
Yeah,
suggestion. It was never a, hey, do it. I mean, they did it on their own free will. For all I know.
what is your trigger word for suggestion? Because I always like doing this for like RP brewers.
Oh,
like,
gotta have like a trigger word.
I like doing
Like
that. So like,
Manchurian candidate.
yeah, like what they did in BioShock of just like, would you kindly, or like the one I was doing for one of my current characters I've been playing with a different group. I like to say, I heard a rumor is my trigger one.
Okay, I was just about to say you saw the Umbrella Academy.
Yes, I
I
did.
heard a rumor.
I did. I
Yeah,
did.
that's a good one.
The other one I like is, may I offer suggestion, or
I
can
was
I
about to
offer
say,
you an alternative?
I was about to say, may I suggest we get in for free?
Yeah, and that would be the trigger word for casting suggestion. That's the verbal component. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, may I suggest?
Yeah, may I suggest? Yeah, so yeah, you cast a spell. It takes hold of her. She gives you all your tickets. Tells you all to have a wonderful day. I assume you just leave immediately because you know what you did.
I mean, it lasts for 8 hours. So
Once they've completed the task, the spell will be gone.
is it?
As
Yeah.
soon as Remus is out of eyesight of that woman, he's changing appearance.
Yeah.
We're able
So
to
yeah,
be like, nice work, Sienna.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah. It's an interesting strategy, and this is Aurelia talking. Surely, more original way of getting a ticket for a plane.
Well, my new shield makes it a bit harder to part with currency, as it were. So I couldn't buy that ticket even if I wanted to.
That does sound like an issue that will, come into play more probably in the future. Oh, I would love to be able to get some rest before our flights tomorrow. I have a feeling tomorrow is going to be an exhausting day. You can definitely tell she's not a huge fan of flying. She's willing to do it though. Is there any more RP we'd like to do before we end the session tonight? As you guys go back to the tower.
Negative.
Is there anyone on the couch?
Cypher's once again. This is the second time you've caught him this way. He is upside down on the couch with a book in hand as his head hangs off the couch.
Shoot. She's going to sulk off to her room now.
He has a tendency to steal your couch, and he has no idea he's doing it.
How's the egg looking?
You get
Is
up
it
there.
egg-like?
It is egg-like. Egg is doing egg things.
Remus is going to tell stories to the egg. In Draconic.
All right. Fascinating. So yeah,
Who
you
says
all.
that? Cerberus, is that you? Are you spying on me again?
No, I would
I
never.
saw you watching me. Call your ass Typhlosion.
Bruh. Please don't compare him to Typhlosion.
Hey. It was a shape changer that looked like Typhlosion.
So all
Read
the
the
stories are
files.
all the stories are
No,
just
no,
actually
no. The other ones
You
are
know,
straight up.
The other
But-
ones were straight up. The Typhlosion
Yeah.
said they transformed into a man. So
Yeah.
I'll
It
give
was-
them that one.
It's ditto.
It's just
yeah, that one's a ditto. It's gotta be.
It's a ditto.
Anywho, as you all prepare for the night, the bog. As you're preparing for bed,
I'm watching you sleep.
KT kind of nudges you and just goes, you don't know where my master is, do you?
No, that's the whole point of trying to find him.
He's dead, isn't he?
Well, you don't remember who your master is, and I don't know who it is. So, we don't know.
Kind of, ears kind of go down, kind of head droops a little bit. Kind of slowly walks over to the corner and kind of just lays down on the the floor, kind of pouting a little bit. He seems
Don't
sad.
you let
worry.
the dog be sad like that?
We'll find him.
Don't let Remus find out. I'll steal that dog.
He just lets out one long like sigh that kind of it's a sigh that kind of turns into a whine, and then it just kind of goes
Bro,
quiet.
pet that dog. Pet that dog.
Can I pet that
dog.
dog? Yeah, you give him scratches.
Bitch, you
Yeah.
better.
Bro, just
Kinda,
hit him with the thumb drive of dopamine and he'll be fine.
No.
actually
I
the
wouldn't download
the
a
death
card.
stick. I want to download a card.
You
Jarvis,
wouldn't
show this man a
download
picture of my balls.
dopamine, would you?
Bro,
Jarvis,
just introduce him to Minecraft shaders, he'll be fine.
Bro, just download more RAM for him.
just KT, show this man a picture of my balls.
Fucking projector eyes.
Yeah. One eye like blinks and it produces a projector and just shows a hologram of testicles. And it's 3D rendered, so
man.
it spins.
Perfect.
Is this dog also a 3D printer? I need to know.
Oh, he's not a 3D printer.
KT, 3D print my ball.
KT, I need help building my Warhammer army.
Yo, his asshole is the printer itself.
Shits out minis.
Jesus fucking Christ. Alright.
Can I,
Are we going to bed? I'm going to bed.
I'm
Alright.
going to bed.
You all rest for the night, taking your long rest. And that's where we'll end tonight's session. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, join the Twitch, or join the Discord, or follow us on Twitch for updates when we go live. I do need to update the bio to say when we do go live, because I just realized that our about thing is completely wrong. If you want to catch up on previous episodes, go check out the YouTube page. We have every single campaign and every single session we've ever played, except for the very first session we ever ran that was Lost to Time. As always, we hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.